What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Kevin with the Pulleys. Coming back at you. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this little beast here. This is my 2010 Chevrolet Silverado. It's pretty much a family member. I've had this truck for 6 years. My dad actually, before he passed away, he was looking for a new truck, and he decided that he wanted a Silverado because we're a Chevrolet family. Don't let that fool you. Yes, that's a Ford in my driveway. Well, it's a pretty cool car though. That's my wife's. But anyway, this truck has been in my family, or been in my possession, for 6 years now. And my dad test drove it. He wanted a Silverado. He wanted something to pull the boat with. Yes, this boat right here. We'll talk about that in a video coming up. But he wanted a nice truck because he hadn't had one in a while. And the last time he had bought a new truck was in 2001, I think. And he had 341,000 miles on it before he decided he wanted a new truck. So my dad used to keep stuff quite a while. So this truck, he called me and he said, "Son, this thing's just too fast for me." I said, "What do you mean it's too fast for you?" I said, "It's a 2010 Silverado, so it's a 4.8 or a 5.3 liter. I said, "Can't be too fast." He said, "No, it's something else." I says, "Well, maybe it's a Vortex Max," which they came with a 6.0 liter. Really still wasn't a huge powerhouse. They ran pretty good. And I went over and looked at the truck. Come to find out, it had a 6.2 liter in it. Yes, it's a square port 6.2 liter, pretty much the same motor that came in the Camaros, the Corvettes. So it was a pretty stout truck from the factory. I actually bought it, and that weekend I went racing. I had it tuned, and it went 1350s. And nobody had ever heard of a bone stock 6.2 liter four-wheel drive going 1350s. Well, mine did it. Come to find out, it did have, which I knew it had, some old cheap OBX headers on it. They were terrible, equal length headers. But it also wound up having a 2800 Circle D stall. So that is why it run what it run. So it was pretty good in stout truck when I bought it. Now, years down the road, 6 years later, it's nowhere near that anymore. It's a built 6.2 liter. It's got Wisco 5-over pistons. I didn't want to do a stroker this time because I didn't know if I wanted to turbo it, supercharge it, whatever. So I wanted to keep the displacement pretty much the same. But it has Wisco pistons. It has the stock 4th gen rods with ARP rod bolts. It has pretty much ARP everywhere. Also, it has a Brian Pulley custom grind cam. Their specs on it: it has Bischoff BES stage 2 ported, CNC ported heads, stock intake for now. Really thinking about going with a Holley high ram. Don't want to lose my torque, but that's another thing. It has Speed Engineering headers, long tubes. It has Speed Engineering true duals, 3-inch all the way, manually bent. Great product from Speed Engineering. I really like their product. They have always done pretty good by me. So it has a Edge 3400 converter in it, single disc converter. The guys over at Edge, Andre, those guys are hands down. I've had 5 converters. Some people say, well, you should have went with a Circle D. You should have done this and that and other. This truck cuts high 1.6s, 4-wheel drive, high 1.6 60 foots on motor with his converter in it. And it drives perfectly great going down the road. I always recommend Edge. I love them. I don't care what anybody says about them. So other than that, stock rear ends, stock 373s from the factory. So it's a pretty good truck. But the reason that this truck runs so good, I'm gonna have to give credit where credit is due. My boy Lance Abbott at Powerhouse Performance is the reason that this truck runs how it runs. I will give all the credit where it's due again. Lance has been a friend of mine for a long time. Back when we were drag racing folders at Busco Beach, him and his dad, Ed, they used to whoop our behinds all the time on the track strip down there. But Lance is a tuning guru. I will say, like I said, his tuning skills are just the reason that this truck runs what it does. And I can't praise him enough for what he does. So that's pretty much the rundown of the truck. It's a high 11-second truck on nitrous right now. We're still getting some bugs worked out. I need to tie down the front suspension. The front suspension is, when you're leaving in forward drive, you don't want it to squat like a normal car. You want it to pretty much be solid. So I have airbags that go in the back. I have tie downs to go in the front. Just got to get everything put on, and it should be pretty solid. And we're probably going to spray a 200 shot. Who knows? Jess, my wife, does not want that, but the truck is capable of it. It's capable of way more than that on the 200 shot. But it also, thinking about selling it, going boosted. Trying to get up with the times. It's time to add a little boost to the situation. This truck should be a beast with a good fuel system and maybe a 84, 88 millimeter. We'll see. But here's a quick video from the day I bought the truck. This is exactly what it looked like when I rolled it off of the car lot to what it is last week when I did some test hits on 150 shot on the nitrous. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. I hope you mash like and subscribe, and we will see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.